everybody, welcome back. So we're going to do a new set today. This is the set we're going to do. So I'm going to walk you through it. I've already got base coat on all of these. So we're going to go ahead with the initial coat, which I have picked out Pleasant Pink from D&D. It is number 182. So what we'll do is 2 coats of that. And then we'll come back and we will start with our decorations. Okay, now we have 2 coats of pink on all of these. And what I'm going to do to make it easier for me is I know I'm going to take this one and the thumbnail and do something different. So I am going to take this and leave it on there, and I'm just going to move it over. That way I have mine separated and I know which ones are going to be doing what with. I'm kind of weird that way, and I really like these plates. It makes it a lot easier to do my switching around like that, and it's just easier to hold on to than a stand. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cat eye the thumbnail and the middle finger, and I've got, that's the wrong one, Betsy Pastel Jelly PJ01. It's got a pink base to it, and I love Betsy's cat gel, and they are HEMA-free. So they go on beautifully, and they are such fine glitters that they're just so easy to work with. So I'm gonna take the shush out, and then we're gonna bring it back. And in these, I have the shush all over. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and flash cure it real quick so I can cure them both together and save a little bit of time. So go ahead and do this on that to kind of hold that cat eye there where I want it at. So there we go. Doesn't need to be for very long. This is a quick, just little Melody Susie, and if you just hit the button for a time, you get a 20-second flash cure. It does do 60 seconds, but I just use it for doing real quick flashes. And you can see how much darker that made that. So we're gonna go ahead and do this too. We won't need to flash this one because we can just put them both underneath the lamp and get the full cure. So go ahead and get that done. I don't like the way that looks. I'm gonna smooth that out a bit. There we go. I had a little bit of a ridge there at the end of that finger nail. So pull that out, and then we're just gonna bring it back and get it all right there. Yep. And put that under my lamp, my old Melody Susie lamp. It says 65 seconds. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put that. So technically I am done with this one right now. So I'm gonna put this over to the side out of my way. And we're gonna let these 2 go ahead and I didn't do these with the others, but I'm going to. So I'm gonna put some of these little pink flowers on there that I have. I think the pink will look good. Yeah, it'll stand out enough, I think. So I'm gonna do that, put a couple pink flowers on them, and then we'll top coat them, and then those will be done. And you'll notice that I am gonna use like probably 4 different brands in doing my nails today. And just be aware, I know that every nail company prefers that you use their own lamp, and I know that that is the best way to avoid any allergies, but I don't really have room for 4 different lamps, so I just go with this Melody Susie one. And I haven't had any issues, but that's just me. I don't want to say that anybody else wouldn't. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick a couple of these really cute, just little pink flowers off of the hair with my little tweezers. I'm gonna place them on here. Oh, that's cute. Oops, pull that back up. Usually you can use the end for that, but I have sticky on my end because I've used it for something else. And I'm gonna put another one a little smaller on the other finger. I picked just a little smaller one right here. get this one off of here, spin that so I can get under the edge of that sticker. Put it on this one right here, poke it down, and then I'm gonna put just a couple of these little petal stickers, if I can get it off. There's one. It fell over here on my napkin. I'm just gonna kind of put that one there. I'm just gonna kind of place them wherever it might look like they're kind of blowing in the wind. I think I have another silicone. Ooh, that one's really nasty. I don't know if I can get that cleaned off or not. Yep, cleaned off there. Now I can use that to push those stickers down so they get really good. And on there, I'm gonna grab another little leaf, petal, I don't know why I said leaf, and just throw it over here, just to kind of, because they look so plain in comparison to the others that I was like, I think I'll use one of these. That's just kind of a half flower, and put it up towards the top on this other finger. Come on, come off of there. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna do that kind of over here. Put it right at the top of the nail. Since it is a half flower, I'm gonna kind of try and get it so that it looks like it's just coming right off the nail. Get that stuck down. There we go. Then we'll go ahead and top coat those two, and then we'll start working on the others. I do also, since I don't use gloves, and I should, but I don't, I use my tweezers a lot to pick up. So I try to not get any gel on my hands, but unfortunately I still do, and I really do need to invest in a pair of gloves, but I just haven't done it yet. So, because I know it's not just one, it's going to be a whole box of gloves, because I know I'll get stuff all over them. And I just haven't taken the time to look for any yet that would work well for this. So, although I'm sure surgical gloves would probably be the glove of choice. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So what we're gonna do next with these others is we're gonna draw on them with a little bit of some rose gold gel paint from Madame Glam, okay? And I have a really good, really good, the one I'm going to use, nope, that's not the one I'm going to use. The brush I'm going to use is from Maniology, their 8-piece brush set. This is what I'm going to use. So all I'm going to do on two of them is draw like just a circle for the most part. You can kind of see where I'm going here. So I'm going to open these up. And this is something else that I'll flash cure, so I can just put them all in at the same time. So I'm going to draw, just take my, hopefully you can see that, my paint here, swirl it around, and then I'm just going to draw I'm just going to draw squiggly lines in the formation of a circle, basically is what I'm going to do. And they'll kind of come out like that. It may come out a little bit different. You never know. They're all different, and that's the point. And then sometimes I like to take just a little line and take it up and down just to make it, give it a little bit more pizzazz, so to speak. Ooh, that line's a little thick. There we go. Got some of that pulled off. Put that over to the side, and then I am going to go ahead and flash cure that, so that stays in place and doesn't run all over everything. And make sure you don't do it over your pot of gel. Duh. All right, so I'm gonna put that there. Like I said, just a real quick flash cure. And then when I'm done with all of them, I will put them all in to cure at once. So we're gonna put that one down. These two are done. So I'm gonna, well, yeah. They've been top coated, and so they are done. Put those over there. Yep, good to go. All right, so I'm back here with this. I'm gonna take this one here, and I'm just gonna do real easy, a diagonal line. Just cross from one end, obviously, to the other, to wherever it takes me. Since I am not an artist, I do not go into this with an idea. I mean, as far as, oh, is this gonna look like X or Z when I'm done? It's just gonna be, this is where it is. If it matches the other one, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I'm gonna put that down, move this over out of the way right now, and go ahead and flash cure that. So while this is flash curing then, I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I've got, oops, you know what I didn't do? Bad me. So I'll have to go back and do that, and I'll tell you here. We're gonna go ahead and do it. I jumped too far ahead. I forgot to use my matte top coat on these, around them. So what I'm gonna do is on this one here, I'm gonna matte coat the whole thing. It just makes my life easier. But that's what I forgot to do. So I'm gonna matte coat it. I should have done this to all of them to begin with. I'm gonna throw it on this one and let it go ahead and do its thing, since nothing else has been done with that. But on this one here, I'm just gonna have to go on the other side and just be very careful with the matte coat that I don't get it up on the glitter gel. If I do, I'll have to come back over it with a regular top coat. I know I'm gonna have to do that anyway. So same thing on this one. That's why it's so much easier just to go ahead and, if you want to do matte on it, which I did on this one, to do it first. Because then you don't gotta try and do this. It'll work, it's just not obviously my preferred method. All right, so I'll put that down. And as soon as this other one is done, we'll go ahead and do a full cure on these to get the matte, and that will set the glitter, the rose gold glitter gel on those anyway. So we're still in good shape. All right, so that's done. So let's go ahead and put that one in there, let those cure for a full 60 seconds. We will go back with this one, and we're just gonna do a simple squiggly circle on this one here. Sometimes it comes out with thicker lines, thinner lines. It's never the same when I do it. Like I said, I am not an artist, so I don't have some skills that a lot of other individuals that do nails do, but I just enjoy doing my own. And I take great satisfaction when somebody says, oh, I love your nails, and going, yeah, I did those myself, thank you. So that's why I do it. Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and flash that. Like I said, they're never gonna be exactly the same. They're always a little bit different when I do them. One side of this has a little bit wider line than the other, and that's perfectly okay with me. So it's whatever works for you. All right, so we'll go ahead and let that one get a full cure, and I'm gonna clean off my brush, get a little acetone here on a lint-free wipe, wipe my brush off, get all of that gel off of there. So put that up. All right. Then what we're gonna do is I have another cat eye from Betsy, and this one is Fairy Dust FD03, and it has little shards of holographic, I think it's holographic type glitter stuff in it, in addition to the cat eye, and that's what gives it its really, really cool effect, I think. So, all right, so we're gonna take our brush here, and we are just gonna fill in right here in the center here. And I think it kind of just gives us a little bit of a geode look. There we go. All right. And we will bring out the cat eye in this, and however you, whether you want a lot of cat eye or no cat eye or whatever you want. I'm gonna flash that. That's interesting. I can see some spaces that I missed with the velvet. So I might have to go back in with a very, very small brush and touch those up, because with the light, I could see those. So with this one here, we're gonna just kind of go in right here, and we're just gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna very lightly tap that in there. And then I like to tap just a little bit more on top, because it takes a little bit of extra cat eye to get that magnetic effect to come out. But you don't want to have a bump. There. Pull that out. There. I don't know why I just did that, because this whole thing can go in the lamp. So we're just going to put that right in the lamp. And then I may have to come back with that one. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on this one, only it's already been velveted. So that makes this one easy. There's not going to be any velvet spots, any spots I missed on this one. So lessons learned. I mean, I know how to do it right. Just sometimes you just don't, right? All right, let that polish just kind of settle in there. Voila. Okay, so we're gonna have these, and then what I'm gonna do, because I can see it with the ultraviolet light, is when these others get done. So this one is pretty much ready to go. I'm done with that. What I'm going to do in this case is I am going to get a different, that brush will work. I'm going to get a little bit of, first I'm going to do the regular top coat, and I'm going to get that over here. I'm just going to put a little bit on my palette here, because even though I want to make sure I top coat this, okay? So I am going to take just a regular little brush here, and I am going to very carefully top coat all of what I just did on this one, so that that stuff stays protected. And obviously it's hard to see where you're putting top coat, so you just gotta kind of feel it out, but you should be able to see pretty much where you're doing that at and where you're not. All right, so that one I'm gonna put back underneath there and let it do its thing. Clean off that brush with the top coat. We don't need any more of that. Wipe off my palette so I don't get them mistaken at the moment. I'll need it again, but right now I'm gonna have to go back in and look at these underneath. Yeah, and so I've got a stand for that. Let's see, where is, here it is. So it came with a stand. I'm not curing anything. It's still gonna be helpful for me to use this, because what I can do then is I can put it right here and use it, and I'm gonna get my matte top coat, and I'm gonna do the same kind of thing. Just gonna put a little bit here. I'm gonna take my itty bitty one here, so you can see where it's kind of pink. I'm gonna put that right in there, and then hopefully cure that so that pink goes away. I know that's what happened, is I did that, and so is this a risk? Yes, it is. do a full cure on that and see how it comes out. Okay, so now this one is done. It's been top cured, it's been matte cured, it's done. This one I'm gonna see how bad it was. It's not too bad, so I think this one I'll just leave alone. I won't mess it with the cure, with the velvet. All right, clean my brush. So we're back with the regular top coat. That's not it. Gotta make sure I read the labels. Yep. Madam Glam is my favorite top coat and base coat. I've tried several others. It's the one I like the best, but you obviously use whatever you like, whatever you've got. And again, I'm just gonna very carefully put this on there. So I'm covering this, the rose gold paint and the cat eye. There we go. Put that under there for a full cure. All right, and now we're going to do the same on this one. We are going to cover the rose gold and the cat eye with a little bit of top coat. You can see this I'm just using the brush right out of the, and you can do that. Hopefully I won't get any overage on the rest of the matte nail. There. This, so that should be about done. So you can kind of decide whether you like it with or without the stickers. I don't know. Now that I put the stickers on there, I'm not sure which way I like it, but I've done it. So I'm not gonna, so what I might do is just switch these around, have stickers on one finger on one hand and one on the other or whatever, so it's not as big of a deal. Okay, put that one in for a full cure. So we'll put this up here. So there we go. Probably this will be what I do, just to mix it up a bit, because I'm really not happy with that placement. I might have to do a little bit of filing on that, which is not going to hurt it any, just so it doesn't overhang that nail like it was. Yeah, that's better. So but the Fairy Dust Cat Eye from Betsy, I really like. It really does give you that, it almost looks opal-esque. It's not just cat eye, it's got something else going. So to me, it looks a little like it's an opal. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's nails. Those are going to be what I am sporting next week. I really like them. I think they came out really well. And like I said, the gel paint like this is very helpful. It makes it so easy to draw those shapes or whatever. You could use it for 100 different things. So anyway, I hope you like this. Everybody, take care. Hope to see you soon. Until then, bye.